Dạ. Mọi người đang đông lắm quý vị ơi, tại vì thầy đang đi ok. Người mà được nhiều người mến mộ quá. Cũng yêu quý thầy nha.
Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Kính bạch chư tôn đức tăng ni, kính thưa quý đồng hương Phật tử, chúng con xin cung thỉnh chư tôn đức tăng ni cùng quý đồng hương Phật tử nguyện Phật cầu gia bị. Chúng con cung thỉnh thầy Pháp Hòa khởi niệm.
Nam
cùng quý đồng hương Phật tử đồng an toàn. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Kính bạch chư tôn đức tăng ni, kính thưa quý đồng hương Phật tử. Phật dạy rằng việc thân người là khó, gặp được chánh pháp của Phật lại càng khó hơn. Chúng con hôm nay đã may mắn là có được cơ duyên gặp thầy, vì chân tu đã góp phần mang ánh sáng đạo pháp.
Nãy thấy chị ngồi ghế trong bé đờ lắm mà. Nãy ngồi được ở trong bé đờ lắm mà.
Nãy là mấy đứa nhỏ được rồi. Và với tấm lòng
nãy chưa ba hàng đầu
chúng
rồi.
con xin tri ân tấm lòng của thầy dành cho chúng con mà về đây hôm nay. Chúng con xin kính chúc thầy, kính chúc chư tôn đức tăng ni pháp thể kinh an để dẫn dắt chúng con trên bước đường tu tập, giúp chúng con tìm về với vị Phật trong tâm của chúng con. Kính bạch chư tôn đức tăng ni, kính bạch thầy, kính thưa quý đồng hương Phật tử. Các bạn trẻ là thế hệ tương lai của chúng ta, một thế hệ cần được yêu thương và vun bồi đúng cách để có thể sống tỉnh thức, sống có lý tưởng nhằm gìn giữ, nuôi dưỡng và phát triển một đời sống an bình và hạnh phúc. Mở đầu cho chương trình hôm nay, chúng con xin cung thỉnh thầy Pháp Hòa cho giới trẻ và tất cả chúng con đôi lời pháp nhũ cho chúng con làm tư lương trên con đường tu tập. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật.
Dạ. Nếu được thì mình xin mượn một cái chuông nhỏ nhỏ để lên. Có cái chuông. Từ đây chúng theo chương trình thì bây giờ thì mình sẽ sinh hoạt với các em bằng tiếng Anh trước, rồi sau đó với phần tiếng Việt, đúng không? Cho nên quý Phật tử người lớn xin quý vị hoan hỷ mình tìm chỗ ngồi, mình giữ im lặng rồi mình viện trợ cho các em bằng sự thanh tịnh của mình để cho buổi sinh hoạt của các em được trọn vẹn. Và mình sẽ cùng tịnh tâm với các em trong vài phút. So dear friends, brothers, sisters, according to the schedule, we will have a few minutes with English speaking first before we speak Vietnamese. So in this moment, I would like you to find yourself a spot. So calm yourself and we'll practice sitting meditation for a few minutes before we start our session in English. So your session will be done soon. So I won't dare to take up of your time. So as long as we cooperate, as long as we learn to calm ourselves down, and we will have the faster we can start, the sooner we will be done.
Ngồi với cô nè, kêu nó ngồi với cô.
So now I will guide you some breathing technique. Let's sit properly, nice and straight on our chair. You can put your two legs firmly, your 2 feet firmly on the ground. Keep your back straight. Relax your shoulders. You can place your two hands nice and relaxed on your laps. You can close your eye like me. Relax yourself. Focus to your nose, where you can realize the in breath and out breath. Follow your breath. If you make a breathe in breath, you realize this is my in breath. When you're breathing out, you smile and you realize this is my out breath. Breathing in, I am happy. Breathing out, I am smiling. Breathing in, I am happy. Breathing out, I smile. You continue to follow your breaths along with your smiling and your awareness. Breathing in, Breathing out. Breathing in. This is my in breath. Breathing out. This is my out breath. You follow and you are aware clearly each of your breath. Breathing in, I am alive. Breathing out, I smile. So when we realize we are breathing in and we know that we're still alive, that is a pleasure, a fortunate. We smile in order to appreciate the present moment and also to celebrate our life, our living. Breathing in, we calm your body and mind. This is the time that you go back to yourself. And we do have a chance to appreciate our lung, our kidney, our liver, our heart, and the whole body organs. They all working so hard to keep us alive. But due to our busy schedule, we very rarely to calm and to relax, to allow our organs to relax. Sometimes our eyes, we keep them working day and night, even at night in the dark. When we turn off the lights, we still expect our eyes to work for us by playing games in the dark, watching TikToks, watching so many things on the iPhones. We are not really allow our eyes to relax and rest. But there are tons of people in the world. They cannot sleep. They cannot breathe. They really wish to have a healthy eyes to look, to see things around. But they are unable to. We are having our bright eyes, but we do not know how to appreciate and take good care. I now go back to myself, learn to close my eyes in order to appreciate and allow my eyes to rest and relax. And I will practice the same so on in my organs, my ears, my lung, everything. They work so hard, but I do not know how to allow them to rest completely. I still worry. I still thinking about the past, worrying for the future. Even I on the bed, but I still cannot completely rest. I still dream, then think and work. Mindfulness help me to realize how to live mindfully in each moment. Mindfulness help me to appreciate what is present right in the present moment. I smile and send my gratitude to each of my body parts. I send my love, my care to all my body parts. I will stop wandering on my mind. I will bring my mind into the present moment. Good evening, brothers, sisters, and friends. Today is Monday, March 24th, the year of 2025. I have got the opportunity to come back to Florida, especially in Orlando now, this day, to have some Buddhist activities. And I accept the invitation from local Buddhist temple here to visit the temple. This is the first time that I visit the temple, and we have a chance together to share our daily practice. So first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers to having me here this afternoon, this evening, and I also thanks for your presence, thanks for your patience, and thanks for your listening. I hope you are well and happy today. You know that in our Vietnamese community, especially you are born in the Buddhist tradition, your mom, your dad, they really wish that when you grow up, you will continue our culture, our traditions, that you keep going to the temple, you keep practice the Buddhist teachings. But sometimes they have the intent, but we do not have enough information to provide you. And sometimes you may misunderstand what is the real Buddhism, and you may think this is a religion. But actually, I am here today. I do not try to introduce you religion. I introduce you the way to practice. Because this is the right definition of the word Buddhism. Because the Buddha is not a holy person. Buddha is a person like us. But in the Buddha, he cultivates his love, his understanding to the very high degree. He able to give us a guidance. So whoever able to give you the right guidance, that is the Buddha. The Buddha can be your mom, can be your dad, can be anyone in your surrounding. Because if they give you the right instruction to live, and that instruction called Dharma. The instruction to live called Dharma. Dharma is not a book, not a scripture. Yes, it's lots of Dharma, but that is only book. But the real Dharma is the way we live. The real Dharma is how we come to each other. how we treat each other. It's not about philosophy. It's about how you do it. So before you speak, you have to learn how to think. Why? Why we need to think before we speak? Because in that way, our words will be more mindful. We know how to use the right words to express our feelings. We have the rights to express our feelings. But if we know how to express, we make the listener, the one who listens to us, they will feel more comfortable. And they're willing to take our message without no arguments, no fighting. Because we know how to express the way we want, nice and beautifully. And this is Buddhism. So we all talk daily, but maybe we don't know how to talk properly. That's why we bring the matter become very major, become a problem more than just something to solve. Sometimes we want to solve the problem, but when we start to solve the problem, we cause problems. We cause fighting because we don't know how to think before we talk. So Dharma is the instruction to help us to talk when you think. And what happens when you talk what you're thinking is that your words will be more nice. The way you talk will be nicer, right? So I offer you the way to practice Buddhism. Think before you talk. Think before you speak. And in that way, you reduce the problems. You make your things you want to share become simple. Maybe that's something communication. But with your thinking, you make things become easier. You try to reduce the problems in daily life. Because life is already a problem. But we know how to make things better. And this is how we come to life and what we learn in daily life. People can give you lemon, but that doesn't mean they hate you. They help you to make lemonade. Right? So don't just reject it. They give you lemon. All you need to do is find some more sugar and ice. You less water. Yeah, you're right. So now you know how to make lemonade. So do not hate anyone around you. No matter what they give you, that's still something for your ingredients. If they give you chili, then you will take off your time to looking for chili. Sometimes it's or something that you ask for chili. Now they give you chili, all you need to do is buy some pho. Let's work. You see what I mean by that? So people can give you anything. The most important is how you take it. How you take it and how you view on that. And things become simple. Buddhism is very simple. It's only about the practice. When you come to bow the Buddha, it's only the way to express your gratitude toward the Buddha who give us the way to practice. We do not worship. You don't worship the Buddha and ask him for help, but you thank the Buddha for instruction to live. Yes, Buddha already helped us by giving us the way to practice. We call Dharma Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That's why when we bow the Buddha, we bow 3 bows. 1 bow for Buddha, the teacher. 1 bow for the Dharma, the teachings. 1 bow for the Sangha, the community. 3 bows. remember, every single thing we do, there is a meaning underneath. Just because we did not learn, that's why we do not know. So what is the thing in daily life? Learning. So you learn to think before you speak. In the past, we may have the habits. We just think without thinking. And sometimes we cannot solve any problem. We cannot make anything better. So now we learn to make things better. Think before we speak. We like to spend even knowledge or material, money, but we don't learn how to earn money. And this is the problem. When you want to spend, learn to earn before you spend. Sometimes we want to earn knowledge, that you will have knowledge to spend. When things come, you know how to deal with it because you have earned the knowledge. For example, you learn how to make noodle. That is the knowledge, how to make noodle. So when people ask you to come in the kitchen and make noodle for your younger brother, younger sister, you know what to do. So we earn the knowledge that if things come, problems come, we know how to spend our knowledge, how bring the knowledge to solve the problem, not just to fight, not just to argue. And remember, argument never bring you any solution. It only make things more worse and break. When you are carefully, carefully bring things up, and you will less cause the problems. So anything you do it carefully, that's always better. So we earn before we spend. We think before we speak. We listen. We learn how to listen carefully. Sometimes in daily life, we like to speak more than to listen. And if anyone try to share, we don't want to listen, we don't want to hear. And sometimes we reject. We use some words that impolite, not nice enough to shut off that person. And we cause a problem right at the moment. So why in daily life? We used to pray that we want things to be better, but we do not know how. So we think before we write, listen before we speak, earn before you spend. Do not give up easily. We must try before we quit. And this is sometimes we just put things but we don't try things, right? We do not try, we never know. So we must try something because everything is a challenge. Everything is a challenge. So today, some of our young friends here, in order to give me a chance to share with you some Buddhist practice. And remember, when you come to the Buddhist temple, you know that this is the time for you to learn and to apply the teachings that they need. May the Buddha bless you all with peace and happiness. Remember, the Buddha is our teacher, the Dharma is the teachings, the Sangha is the community. We call the triple J's. We bow three bows. Some of you will take your ceremony to become the students of the Buddha. In daily life, we should cultivate understanding. When we do something, we know why we want to do that. Sometimes you will not happy with your mom's and dad's advice. because you feel that it's over. But they know why they want to do that, because they just want to bring their love to you. But they also need to learn how to bring their love on the right time, right? Otherwise, you will feel that over love. When you learn not to harm anyone, because we want to protect the life of others, and we also learn how to cultivate loving kindness. So cultivate your loving kindness, not to kill, not to harm anyone by words, by action, by your thinking. Secondly, we learned not to take anything that not belong to us. Another word, no stealing. We learn to share as much as we can. We learn to share. We learn to protect life, and we learn to use loving words in daily life. We learn how to listen in deeply to each other. And we also learn to protect our physical body by mindful consumption. So please join your palms and repeat after Thầy. Xin đại chúng cùng chắp tay và đọc theo. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. So those are the three refugees. All the Buddhists will follow, and remember that I just want to introduce you briefly, very simple, the way to practice Buddhism. We have the right to do anything we want, but make sure before we do that, we should go back and reflect. Can you remember all the things I shared? Earn before you spend, right? Listen before you speak. Think before you write, right? Because this is the technique. This is the instruction, how to make things better. So from now on, you will know what is Buddhism. Buddhism is the instruction to live. And the more you live right, the more you bring happiness for yourself, for your loved one, and for the society. And this is the purpose of life. Sometimes as a young friends, we lost. We don't know what to do, and we don't know what is the purpose of life. And sometimes they are not thinking enough. They may end their life. But I just want to remind, life is living. Moving up, moving. Life means you moving. Moving your thinking, moving on, moving up, instead of give up. This is something I always remind. We move up instead of give up. Because give up is not the way to solve problems. But you move up, make things better. For example, right now some of them sitting outside and we are in the tent. Maybe another 5-10 minutes, some rain. We move in so they can join in. This is temporary. We only stay here for a few hours. This is not our chairs, our place, but we know how to move in so people can join in. And this is the beauty of life. We know how to move up to make people at the back, they have some more space. We know how to relax to make people feel comfortable. We know how to smile so people feel happy when they meet us. The problems will become at ease and simple and not become a real problem. When we think this, the bell like this, if we see something like this, we adjust, make it nice and straight. If the table is not stable, we only need to use something very tiny underneath of one chair. We make the table balanced and stable. Life is sometimes very simple. Problems you can solve sometimes very simple, just like a tiny thing underneath of the table. Why we need to bring things out to a very major one? This can be a very dirty table, but with this beautiful cloth, you can make a nice arrangement, right? All the trees, you can see the flowers, the fruits. You enjoy the top, but do not forget, underneath of that tree is dirty. But without that dirt, we cannot have beautiful flower and good fruits. Life, if we have no problems, we don't find a solution. If we have no dirt, we have no tree, no flowers. The Buddha taught us, no mud, no lotus. Right? The lotus must grow in the mud. But because of the mud, we have beautiful lotus. You when you go to school, the higher class, the higher grade you have, you come, the more problems in your homework. But that is your challenge. You don't want adding, subtracting all year long, right? You want to move on with your homework. So we can move up for people at the back. We can move in for people behind. We can move down for people in the front. Anyway, we still find a way to live. I just want to remind you, everything they have a key. As long as you have the key, you can open the door. No lock. There is no locker with our key. There is a Zen monk. One day he come to the room and he locked himself. So he throw the key to the bush and he yelled, "Please help me, please help me." And lot of students come around and looking for how to break this lock to rescue our teacher. There is one student who found the key. He go directly to the monk. He said, here's the key. You open yourself. And the master laughed because he know that his student understood him. You are the one who lock. You are the one who open. You unlock it. You locked it. You unlock it. I cannot do it for you. I can find the key for you, but you open yourself. You can see what that means? I cannot replace the suffering. I can give you the instruction how to solve the problem, but you are the one who solved it. So problems is something real in life, but that is not the end of life. We can find a way to solve it. People give you flower, but you know how to make arrangement. We say, "Oh, I arranged the flowers," but not that's it. You need this. This is not flower, but without this, the flower arrangement doesn't look nice. We need many elements to make this flower arrangement become beautiful. When you eat phở, you not only eat bún phở, you need beef, you need giang, you need a lot of other stuff, right? To make your phở delicious, smell good. So life is the same. Many tastes of life, many things you can taste. Lately, I used to remind my students, as a young students, when you're in school, you learn things before you go to exam. But in this life, We have the exam and then we have the learning. When we have problems, we learn from problems. Sometimes things unexpected that come to you. But now you can test yourself. How can I deal with that? Do not give up. Move up. Don't just sit there. Move in so people can join you. Sometimes you have a car. Don't drive yourself. If you open your mind, you open your heart, you can open your car. Right? You cannot just open your car without opening your mind. Your mind. That's why when you bow the Buddha, we open our hands. When you touch the earth, you open your hands. I open my heart. I'm willing to share and I'm willing to receive. You share your problems. You receive your instruction. You share your message. You receive the message. I share my knowledge. You also share your knowledge. We double knowledge. We are rich. I give you $1. You give me back $1. We both just have $1. But if I have something I learned, I share. You share with me your knowledge. We double up. Why not? So life never stops learning. We learn to listen before we speak. Because once you can listen deeply, you understand completely the story, the problems, and you know how to speak, how to talk, how to bring the things out to solve. We cannot just talk, just speak up without listening. That's why we have the Bodhisattva called Giang Thay. The lady phone. She stands still and listens to our cries. That's why we call her Giang Thay. Giang means reflection, looking for. Thay means the word. Means the sound. She is the one who looking for the sound of this life. And what is the sound? Screaming, problems, crying. There's a lot of people around you, and even us. We really want to share, but we need someone to listen to us. So if you're able to listen to your loved one, that is one of the way to practice. And what that is the action of the Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is not on the lotus, it's not in the temple. Everywhere in daily life. If you're willing to do something for others without any expectation back, you are the Bodhisattva. If you're able to help, just help. No expectation. No need. For example, you go to the shopping mall, they have 2 layers of they have cái số mình khổ đi đâu hết pin. Số khổ. Người ta đụng vô còn pin, mình đụng vô hết pin. Hello. Hello. Được đấy chứ? Dạ không sao. Vậy là con ma rồi. Ma phiền não. Well, so You know that in my life, I have a lot of opportunity. Đừng bây giờ với An nha.
Anh ơi.
Thằng kia nó lạnh lạnh phía sau. Thôi tưởng ông cụ vô công viên. Mời cụ vô công viên. I have the opportunity to experience many things in life, unexpected. Right? You try to make things beautifully, but doesn't mean they can stay there. Problems can come anytime. But that cannot prevent you. You learn how to be positive, to take all things as they are. Even some very major things come. With your mindfulness, with your loving kindness, you still can take that. First of all, you accept it. For example, they try to keep the flower, but now it's broken. If we know how, this cannot go to garbage. You can make it right here. This is Buddhism. This is Buddhism, right? You can touch Buddhism anywhere in this life. You can touch the teachings of Buddha and you can apply his teachings. That's why I am not a religious who bring religions around. I bring them teachings of Buddha and share because I have learned and practiced it. And we know that one thing cannot make another thing. Everything has to come together. The flower. Sometimes if this, let's say if this flower, broke it into petals, still we can place on the plate and make it nicely. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your practice. And I hope that this is a good example. From now on, you can bring the teachings of Buddha anywhere in the world. Things come unexpected, but do not, call that the end of the world. That is the experience, and we learn from our experiences. May the Buddha bless you all with peace and happiness. Bây giờ thưa đại chúng để tiếp tục chương trình, xin đại chúng cùng đại quý vị đã quy danh quy y thì mình sẽ đọc pháp quy y luôn, rồi sau đó chúng ta sẽ sinh hoạt Phật pháp bằng tiếng Việt. Thưa đại chúng, quy y không có phải là một buổi lễ mình gia nhập một tôn giáo. Quy y là một buổi lễ mình chính thức phát nguyện trở thành một người Phật tử biết sống từ bây giờ cho đến